myself, yes, first my full name is Avindra Mirando from Negombo, and I was an ex-Air Force pilot. I'm still flying in a place called Libya as an offshore helicopter captain, and this is what I do for my living. Yeah, thing is, my first ride was the day after I bought this Royal Enfield bike. So the bike was on running in period, but my first run was straight to Jaffna, and with another rider. So he never expected for me to go that fast and do a continuous ride to Jaffna. We left Negombo at 5:30. By 12:45, we were in Jaffna town with 2 to 3 breaks also. So it was one of the fantastic runs we did, because he wanted to stop for few things, for fags and tea and everything, because since I'm a non-smoker, so I really didn't think about him. So I continued to ride. That's how we got to Jaffna that early. It's my passion. As I told you, one thing I will have a self-satisfaction thinking and feeling that I have been to the highest motorable road in the world, surrounded by snow-capped mountains, and I think it's one of the beautiful places in the world, because I have seen a lot of youngsters, when they get onto a bike, when they are on the road, sometimes they don't follow the rules, normal rules governed by the police department or government of Sri Lanka, and some they don't want to wear a helmet. They might be going to get some bread to the nearby shop, but they don't want to wear the helmet. What I tell them is, safety is number one. Whether you go 100 miles or 1 mile, the accident could happen in both these occasions. So what I want all the youngsters, if they want to do proper riding on the road, wear a helmet. That is the number one safety rule, and abide the rules and regulations governed by the police or the country. And the other advice that I could give them is, if they want to race, there are a lot of racing happening in Sri Lanka in a year. Rather than racing on the road, they can join one of those racers and prove their talent. So this is my advice for youngsters who wants to race on the road. Maybe not in this one, but if you all want in a different way, actually in a late edition, if you all want to know about the history of motor racing in Sri Lanka, because I have a very good library, because as I mentioned you, my grandfather was the first man who set up motor racing in Sri Lanka, and he is the first man. Actually, I just returned from Isle of Man. Isle of Man is the toughest race in the world. I'm officiating Isle of Man. I'm the only Sri Lankan who officiates Isle of Man, and I'm a marshal there. To run this race, you have to have 700 marshals on the road in a day. It's the toughest. It's run on the road. It's in the island called Isle of Man. It is between Ireland and England, and the one lap is 37.5 miles. So the final race is about 6 laps, and they are achieving a speed of 340 kilometers an hour on the road. And so far 270 people have died there while riding for this race. So I should say I'm the only Sri Lankan who is participating there as an official, because my grandfather went there in 1939. He is the first man to go to Isle of Man. After that, he sponsored 3 riders from Sri Lanka in 1953. So this is one of the things, you know, that I have achieved through motor racing and motorcyclism.